Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Security Guard Command. Shaun over at Security and Investigations Leadership Channel just did a live video on how much do I charge my clients. And I had made a spreadsheet and I think I shared it a while back in a video, but I'm going to do another video on it and share it again. It's available to you. Link is in the description of this video. You can go to Google Sheets and you should be able to download this spreadsheet and re-upload it to your own Google Sheet or make a copy of it, and I believe that will send it to your own Google account, and then you can make edits on this and use this tool free of charge. I do this so that to help you guys out. You know, as I said many times, the security industry, the security is my passion, and I want to help you guys. So I am not doing this to make money, guys. I am doing this to help you. Check it out. If it works for you, awesome. If this video and this spreadsheet helps you out, just like and share this video, guys. Subscribe to the channel, whatever. Go over to Shaun's channel if you're not a subscriber already. Subscribe to him. A lot of amazing resources in his videos, guys. Valuable content there. All right, guys. So without further ado, I'm going to switch screens here, and I'm going to show you the screen on my laptop, and I'm going to show you the spreadsheet and how to use it, and then you can feel free to download it and make a copy of it and use it for yourself. Here we go. All right, so here's the spreadsheet, guys. Now what we're looking at is the spreadsheet for building your, how much you're going to charge your client, okay? And sorry about the chair that I'm sitting is a little squeaky, guys, so that's a little background noise. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, what I've got here is a list of liabilities cost, and what this is how much you pay to operate your company on a monthly basis. So I've thrown some numbers out in here. Some of the numbers may be high or they may be too low. You've got to adjust them to suit your needs. But I got things like liability insurance, workman's comp, cell phone, radio subscription, uniform, vehicle costs, office supplies. And this is just real basic. You can add more stuff in these gray boxes and only fill out the gray boxes. Because if you change other things, you're going to affect formulas and it's going to throw off the whole sheet. Current number of clients that you have now. So if you have 3 clients currently and you're wanting to add a 4th, you would put 3 here. And what I have is client plus 1 times the number of times the total of liabilities. The reason I have plus 1 here is because you are going to be adding another client, and that client is going to help pay for some of your existing costs. So you're going to offset those costs a little bit if you get this client. Number of days in the month, I put 32 here. And the reason I put 32 is because some months have 28 and some have 31. So I kind of padded the cost a little bit to help average it out a little bit and make it so that you're not undercutting yourself when you have shorter days and you're not getting as much in that month. You're going to charge the same amount. It's going to be amortized over the whole year, basically. Number of simultaneous the number of hours per day that you're going to provide security to this client. So if you're going to do 24-hour-a-day coverage, then you would put 24 here. If you're only going to do business hours, let's say you're only going to do 8 hours a day for this client during business hours only, and once they lock up and go home, you go home as well, then you would put 8 here. You can also put, if it's only 5 days a week, then you could do 5 times 4 in a week, and I would put 20, maybe even add it to 21 just to help cover some extra days, or to make sure that you're fully covered if a day spills over, more than 20 days in the month because of the way the calendar falls. But you can play with these numbers and see how it fits and how it suits you. Number of simultaneous guards. So if you got 1 guard posted at this site, you would put 1 here. If you're going to have 2 guards working simultaneously in that 8-hour period, then you put 2 here and you change that number, and you can see how it affects the bottom line down here in the yellow. Now, the hourly pay that you're going to pay this guard, this is how much you're going to pay that guard hourly. I have 17 here. If you want to pay them 20, you can see how it impacts the bottom line, brings the cost up. Let's change this back to 1. Now, this is going to be what your gross pay is per month to that guard. Okay, so this is what you are going to pay that guard in gross pay. They will probably take home per month, if it's 1 guard, you're looking at, my estimation is probably around $2,400 after taxes. That would be their take-home pay. And employee burden. Now, guys, a lot of security guard company owners that I talk to don't understand this. The way they run their businesses is they pay their guard under the table. So they're skipping a lot of the taxes and the liability. But what this is going to include is part of that workers' comp insurance. And what it's going to also pay for is, uniform, anything that costs you money that has to do with the guard. You're also going to be covering any benefits that you're providing to that guard. Whatever's left over after you've paid your bills, guys, I recommend you put that into a separate bank and hold on to that for overtime, so that if you do happen to have to use overtime, you can take it out of that bank rather than having to impact your company's profit margin. You may have to absorb that cost out of your profits initially until you have enough in your bank, but I recommend that you put away whatever is left over into an overtime bank. Now, whatever you wish to make from this client site per hour would go here. And notice this number is a lot lower than what you're paying your guards, and that's pretty typical. If you want to make $20 an hour, watch when I hit enter here, you're going to see that total to bill, or that in the yellow, go up. It went up $4,000. So you've got to play with this number, figure out what is reasonable for you to make a profit. Now, if you've got 4 client sites and you're doing this, then basically if you calculate out the desired profit per hour of $5 and you're charging $5 for all 4 clients, then you would take that profit, $5 times 4. You're making $20 an hour basically for all 4 clients. And you take that, and this is going to be what the company makes, guys. This is the profit after all is said and done, okay? So play with this number. It's going to impact your bottom line, so you really have to decide what is your profit. This is not going to include all of your, all of this stuff here. So we're calculating total to bill, and this is what you're going to make on top of all of your expenses, guys. So play with that number. Hope this helps. This is just a really basic spreadsheet to help you calculate what to charge your client. And this is based off of what your expenses are. It's doing it from doing it the right way. A lot of companies tend to just throw out a number of say, oh, I'm going to charge this client $8,000 a month for security services, and they're scrambling to try to figure out how to make it work. And most of the time, they're dropping the hourly pay number down to as low as they can get so they can maximize their profit here. Or just to cover expenses, and sometimes they're not making much profit at all. Sometimes they're only making $2 an hour, and that's not really sustainable for you. So as a security company owner, so figure out what you want to get paid for this. You're not working the site. You're paying somebody to work it. So, the more clients you have, the lower you can bring this number and still make a decent profit. If you want to do $7 an hour, this is what's going to cost you. But I encourage you to pay your guards what they're worth, guys. And don't undercut the guards, because that's going to create some high turnover. You want to take care of your employees, guys. So pay them as much as you possibly can without pushing the number up to an unattainable number. Now, the higher you get this number, the less likely the client's going to want to pay for your services, because I guarantee you they will find another company to do it for much less. And so this is where your sales tactics have to come in. This is where your relationship skills have to come in with this client or this potential client. Make sure that you are conveying to the customer the value that you add to this relationship. Add things to this service that other people are not adding. And I've made other videos talking about how to do value add. Some of these things could be things like offering a dispatch service. So if you're doing 8 hours a day, but so let's say that something happens at the office and they call you, make it a service where they say, yeah, we'll go in and we'll give you, we'll cover 2 hours a month for after hours service and support, so that if we need to send a security guard down to that office to check the building will do that, and that's a value add. Chances are they might use it, but it's 2 hours. It may cost a little bit, but it's going to be absorbed by things, and it's going to make this number more attractive to them, because they now have the ability to call in a guard for up to 2 hours of guard on site after hours. Now guys, you might be the one that has to respond to this, but this is part of running a company, and you may have to pay someone, but then you're looking at paying that guard a minimum of, in California, a minimum of 2 hours just to go in, even if it's just for 15 minutes. You're going to have to pay them 2 hours at $18 an hour, which is going to take away from your profits here. And that's going to come out to 3 or 4 hours of your profits just eaten up. So you may have to be the one to respond to this, and then at that point it's your time, you're the company owner, and you're going in for $7 an hour essentially, but you don't have to pay the minimum 2 hours. But those are just a couple of examples of value add. You got to be creative, guys. You got to think of, what can I do for this client that's not going to cost me a lot of money, but is going to be valuable to the client. And that's how you make your services more attractive at a higher price than your competitors. All right, guys, that's all I've got from this here. I'm going to put the link to this spreadsheet into the description of this video. I hope it helps. If you want to make edits to this, you can always go to File on Google Sheets and hit Download. You can download it as Microsoft Excel or Open Document, or you can make a copy, and I believe that should make a copy into your own Google Sheets. But then you can make changes to this and edit it and see how it suits your needs. Hope this helps, guys. As always, have a great day. I will catch you later.